It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the second edition of the Zambia Impact Investment Climate Survey Report 2022. I'm therefore happy to inform this gathering that for 2023, NABI has prioritized the policy workstream. We are going to interrogate in a very structured way the state of existing policy and regulatory infrastructure with a view to recommend refinements that can be leveraged to develop the Zambia impact investment ecosystem.
The report we're launching today aims to critically analyze the state of the impact investment landscape in Zambia from the perspective of investors.
The findings of today's report support this approach through targeted recommendations that reflect the needs of investors, businesses, and wider society to better shape the investment landscape here in Zambia. Under our UK-Zambia Green Growth Compact, we are working hard to support the progress of the over $2 billion worth of pipeline of UK renewable energy investments here in Zambia.
As we are all aware, Zambia has faced significant economic challenges in recent years, including the negative impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on local businesses. The report shows that, despite these challenges, impact investors are optimistic about the country's long-term potential for economic development.
The report really identifies the challenges, opportunities, the trends, which will in turn inform decision-making of the multiple stakeholders who are critical to strengthening collaborative efforts and ultimately provide a roadmap for sustainable growth of the impact investment ecosystem.
Could you give us a background, an overview? What is impact investing and how does it differ from normal investing?
Thank you. So in terms of understanding impact investing, it differs from the traditional investing in that impact investing has a focus not just on financial returns, but on environmental and social impact.
Where do we sit in that life cycle of what an ideal situation is versus the starting point and what needs to be done? Jeffrey, over to you.
Zambia is better placed. There's a lot of positive sentiment around Zambia, but also the emergence and the development of technology is really helping businesses to start think bigger and develop kind of solutions that can scale.
What are carbon markets? Let's start from the top there.
A carbon market is essentially a mechanism or platform that allows carbon emitters to purchase carbon credits from projects that are targeted at reducing or removing carbon from the atmosphere.
When it comes to the compliance market, the project developer requires to have a letter of approval from the government for them to register a carbon project. And because a project developer requires that letter, it means that their project then has to be aligned to a certain standard, a certain framework, and it has to meet certain requirements.
I just wanted to add that the reason why those guidelines are called interim is because we are in the process of enacting the Climate Change Act.
We've got SMEs, but they are not prepared and they are rigid already, and they can't change to say I need to get a board in place, I need to get this amount of money. Structurally, it's very difficult for them now to start acclimatizing. So how do we sort of meet that challenge?
The IPO process is a step to help them raise cheaper capital to actually help them with expansion plans.
The National Advisory Board for Impact Investment Zambia, together with Prospero, is excited to launch the second edition of the Zambia Impact Investor Climate Survey Report. And actually, we are so happy as the National Advisory Board to call on all stakeholders within the impact investment ecosystem to work together towards actioning on some of the recommendations of this report.
Attending the launch of the second Impact Investment Climate Survey has been very insightful to me. It shows that investors are very optimistic to continue supporting impact investment businesses in Zambia.
One of the key things was just sitting next to somebody from Luce and hearing them say that There are so many advantages as to why startups need to list. In fact, listing is one of those exit strategies that investors are always looking for.